Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the world. It is, of course, Mr. Osheki Foster. Osheki, welcome on the show, my friend.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing really well now.
Appreciate you having me.
Nah, listen, the pleasure is mine. So, Osheki, it's great to have you on. Welcome, welcome. Regis Prograis told me years ago to get you on the podcast. It never happened back then, but I'm glad it's happening now. It's the first time you've been on. I want to revisit a couple of your past fights, and then, of course, we'll get on to what's next. Firstly, if you don't mind, I want to go back to that night you won the title, just over a year ago now, February the 11th in San Antonio, Texas, against Ray Vargas. Vargas was 36-0, a whole heap of experience under his belt. Talk me through that night, man, the night that you changed history books forever, my friend.
Man, that night, it was amazing, man. I don't know, it just felt like I was supposed to be there, like, that night, everything went smooth. The fight, it was great. Shout out to Ray Vargas, two-time champion, was trying to make history and come up to make a three-division champion. And, we was able to cut that short. But, man, it was an amazing night, man. I still go back and watch the fight. I still think about it because, that's what started this off.
Absolutely, it was a hell of a fight, and obviously after that, that's when the next fight's absolutely crazy. You go straight in with Eduardo Hernandez in Mexico in his backyard. He had a ton of momentum going into the fight. He's a big puncher. He's a pressure fighter. I don't think I'll ever be able to forget that round 11. What a crazy round. Obviously, going into that last round, you're behind on two of the scorecards. You needed to get a stoppage. You managed to get it. Talk me through that fight, Osheki, man. I felt you were the much smarter boxer, but I felt like you fought his fight for a lot of that fight, but you still pulled it off.
Right. See, the thing was, I felt, me and my team felt we was boxing them easy in the earlier rounds, but when they came out with the scorecard, we knew we had to, sit down a little bit more, and that's what made me fight a little bit more of his fight is because the scorecards had it so wide, so it wasn't going to be no just full boxing. I had to get in there and put him down. But, man, it was amazing that 11 round, it showed everybody that I'm a real fighter. And even, like, after I hurt him and then he hurt me back, like, I told him, like, get another one. Like, let's do it. Like, keep, so I just wanted the world to see, what my heart was and where I stand as a fighter, and I feel like they seen that 11 round.
Oh, we certainly did. Like I say, man, you showed so much dog in that fight. You're not just a boxer. You can also fight your backside off. Obviously, last time out, you boxed Abraham Nova back in February in New York. Another great all-action fight. I feel like your last few fights in particular have been extremely good to watch. Abraham Nova started quite well, actually, to give him some credit, but you took over as the fight went on. Obviously, bringing back that infamous phrase, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You clinched in the end the split decision. Give me a couple words on that one, champ.
Man, good fight, man. Nova, he brought in a difficult challenge, especially early. Just, they had a good game plan early. But once I started, settling in and figuring out my rhythm, I just started picking up the pace and turning it up a little bit.
Yeah, like I say, another fantastic fight. And those three fights I've mentioned there, I believe I'm right in saying that, 3 fights in a row, 3 different promoters' shows, 3 different networks, and you've walked out with the belt in all 3. That's quite an achievement, my friend.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
We don't see it every day. But yeah, let's get on to what's next for you, my friend. July the 6th in Newark, you'll be defending your title against Robson Conceicao, a man who arguably should be bringing the WBO title into this fight. Many felt he beat Navarrete. What are your thoughts on Conceicao as a fighter, Osheki?
I like Conceicao. I think he's a great fighter. Olympic gold, that speaks for itself. Just the talent that he brings. Definitely think that when I was watching the Navarrete fight, I'm gonna watch it again because I was just watching it yesterday. But when I was ringside, I really thought Navarrete won. I really didn't see the confusion. But now when I was watching like the first couple rounds yesterday, I understood what he was. Sometimes sitting ringside is a little different than seeing it, from the TV point. But I think I like Conceicao. I wanted a great challenge, and I feel like beating him and doing it convincingly will separate myself from the other champion.
Yeah, man, I agree. And stylistically, are you anticipating Conceicao to give you a harder fight than some of your recent opponents?
I mean, you never can tell. He kind of got the same kind of style as a Nova. So it's kind of, you kind of really can't tell. Until I get in there, I wouldn't be able to just,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And talking of Navarrete, obviously he lost on the weekend in his move up to lightweight. You're a top-ranked guy these days. Do you think he'll come back down to 130?
I doubt it. I doubt it. It's kind of hard to go up like that and then come right back down. And his body, it's on him. I think he is coming from 22, but I really don't think he's going to come back to 30. But if he do, I'll welcome that unification for sure.
Yeah, we'd love to see that fight, man. That'd be a real good fight. There's also a new champion at 130 as well from the weekend. I don't know if you saw it, but Joe Cordina, massive upset loss at the hands of Anthony Cacace. Did you happen to see that one at all, Shock?
Yes, that was a big fight that I was it was a big fight for me that I was paying attention to because before the Rocky fight, me and Cacace, we had already basically agreed to fight, but everything fell out because of the purse bid and everything. So I was interested to see. He shook up the division. Congratulations to bro. He been looking for a big fight for a long time now, and at that time, I was the only one willing to just go over there to the UK and still give him a challenge. I mean, give him a shot at the title. So, congratulations to bro.
Yeah, no, well said, my friend, well said. I also have to mention, I really didn't know this, but I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday and it came up on my feed that you're training alongside a very well-known British OnlyFans star, Elle Brooke, of all people. How did that come about? That's something I could have never seen coming.
Oh yeah, they having a fight this Saturday out here in Houston at the NRG Stadium, and they've been training at my gym, and they just made the introduction because I'm the only champ that we got now in the gym, so everybody they wanted to talk to me. So it was cool. I like the misfit stuff. It's a good little energy.
Did you know who she was before she came in the gym?
Nah, because I don't really pay attention to OnlyFans and stuff.
Okay, so good man.
I've
good
never
answer.
been on OnlyFans in my life.
That's a good answer. Let's move to the next question.
Yeah, all right.
I want to ask Oshaki, and listen, you can tell me that you don't have one. It's absolutely fine. But I wanted to ask if you do have a prediction for your fight come July. But like I say, if you don't want to share it, you don't have to, my friend.
Man, my prediction is just to go out there and put on an amazing performance. We gonna make up for the Nova fight, even though I feel like I won it unanimous, but I'm gonna make sure that the world sees something different in this fight.
Absolutely. And my last real question for you, I'm putting you on the spot a tiny bit here, but I like to ask this question to everyone that we speak to from overseas. Who springs to mind if I ask you the question, favourite UK fighter of any era? It can be a guy still fighting now, it can be a guy retired years ago. I don't expect you to be a British boxing historian, but who springs to mind?
Prince and Joe Cacace.
There we go. Two absolutely sensational fighters. Good answers there, my friend. Just before we wrap things up, if you've got any closing words to the listeners, Shock, it's great to have you on finally. If you just want to close out with a little message, take it away.
Man, I just appreciate everybody that tuned in. We'll be fighting again July 6th in Newark, New Jersey on ESPN. And just stay tuned, man. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put on a show. I appreciate everybody.
We cannot wait, my friend. You're an active champion and you've been in some real exciting fights of late. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you for your time. Best of luck July the 6th in Newark, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
All right, thank you.